Hello, everybody. It is Patrick Corrigan with Perching Wolf Studios, and it is time for our weekly Sacred Pipe ceremony. Dun dun dun. We got the fire burning. Let's see if I can figure out. Got the fire burning in the fireplace, so we're all cozy. And I am once again just getting set up. So I know it takes a while sometimes for people to realize that we're on. It takes them a little bit of time to catch up to us and find us. So I'm still setting up and getting ready while people join us. And I am going to set my phone down so I can. Perfect. All right. So welcome to my weekly Sacred Pipe ceremony. If you are a regular here, I thank you so much for joining me. You have no idea how much it means to me to have regular followers and people that support me in what I do. It means the world to me. It really makes a difference, and I appreciate that. And if you're here for the first time, you are in for a treat, and I will explain in a minute what we are going to do. So make yourselves comfortable. Get your favorite beverage. If you have your fireplace going, cuddle down by the fireplace. This is a time to breathe and a time to relax. We are stepping outside of the world for a moment to recuperate, to renew ourselves, to take care of ourselves, and thereby take care of everybody else. So, all right. Thank you so much again for joining me. This is a weekly ceremony I do every week, hence the word weekly. And I'm just so glad you've joined me. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn down the fireplace a little bit. If you came in late, we have got the fire in the fireplace going over here, but the flames are crackling a little bit loud, so we're going to turn it down momentarily for just a bit. That'll work. So, again, greetings. Thank you for joining me here. It is my favorite season. Yay! I got my sweater on, complete with unicorns and jackalopes. So it's like someone made this just for me. I don't know if anyone else has one like it, but it's like it was custom made for me. So thank you for joining me here this season, this wonderful season. It's funny because it is my favorite season. There's just something about Christmas and Yule that speak to the unicorn in me. Just that purity, that innocence, that inner child, that love and connection, and everything Christmas stands for. Magic, seeing the magic behind the scenes. It's my holiday. And it always has been. And I thank my mom as a big influence in that, because she always makes Christmas such a wonderful holiday. Like when you go into her house at Christmas time, it's like this. It's seriously a winter wonderland. There's like lights everywhere, and trees and garlands and little towns and nativity scenes and teddy bears, and yeah, that's kind of where my heart lives all the time, is in that Christmas time spirit. So I couldn't help but wear my Christmas sweater. Anyway, what I was saying is, it's kind of funny because well, it's my favorite season. It is also one of the hardest seasons for me historically. This year not quite as bad, but I tend to have that seasonal, whatever that is, SAD, SAD, and so I have a harder time during the winter time when it gets dark so early. And it actually, this year, like I said, it hasn't been quite as hard this year. Part of that might be because I'm currently unemployed. This is my day job. I am a full-time shaman now. Woo! So I am facing a lack of structure, which is a whole different animal. But I know in years past, like this time of the year, everything in us, because we are connected to nature. We're not only connected to nature, we are nature. We are earth, water, fire. Which one did I miss? Air. And so all of the cycles that the earth goes through, we are intimately connected to all those cycles. And so, like, when it's getting darker earlier, we are meant to shut down earlier. We're meant to sleep longer in the wintertime than in the summertime. And our bodies reflect that, because our bodies are we are physical animals. We are connected intimately with nature. All the cycles of earth are going on within us as well. And so in the past, when I've had a day job, it was even harder, because you're forced to get up early in the dark, go to work your heart out for something that may or may not be meaningful to you, and then come home in the dark, feed yourself, and try to do all the other things you're supposed to do when your body is just kind of lethargic and wanting to sleep and rest. So this year, like I said, hasn't been quite as bad as the past, but it has in a different way. It's like, now that I don't have that structure of a day job, that lack of structure is I'm finding a challenge to stay centered and peppy and everything. And I don't remember if I said this before, but since the pandemic started and I got laid off, my guides have been telling me, rest, it's time to rest. And I'm like, okay, have I rested enough? It's been a couple of weeks, it's been a month, it's been a couple of months. And I just just the last couple of weeks, had talked to one of my guides is this big brown Russian bear, and she's grandmother. When she came to me, it was kind of an answer to a prayer. I was wanting to connect with the ancestor of my ancestors, the grandmother of my grandmothers, and she is the one who came in. And so I've been talking to her. She's been helping me, but her only guidance so far has been, you need to rest. And so just recently I went to her, was like, okay, it's been 6, 7, 8 months or something like that. Am I done resting yet? Am I supposed to do something? And that part of me that's been programmed to do is like just champing at the bit. And and she's like, well, yeah, you've been resting some. And I'm like, I've been sleeping a lot. And she's like, but have you really been resting? And that she was like, your body might be resting, but your mind hasn't. And So I haven't been getting the deeper rest that I really need. And like one of the first things she told me was, um, this was like when I was like, well, it's been a couple of weeks. Haven't I rested enough yet? And she just laughed at me, and not at me like in a mean way, but just kind of snickered. And she was like, you've been running around your entire life. It's going to take longer than a couple of weeks to rest up from that. And so now, as it's coming on to 8-9 months or whatever that I've been laid off, I'm like, okay, is it time for me to do something to move forward? Not that I haven't been making progress. We're always moving one foot in front of the other. Like Fred, one of my guides, says, your spiritual pedometer does not have a reverse. Every step is a step forward. And so I went to her again and was like, is it time, it's been a long time. Shouldn't I be doing something by now, And this is, I recognize it coming from the ego self, right? The one that has to earn things, that has to make sure he deserves to be here, that he's pulling his weight, that he is making it worthwhile to be here. And she was like, well, you have rested, but not really. And she says, and besides that, what season do we find ourselves in now? And I'm like, oh, well, it's winter time. And she's like, and what do we do in the winter time? Speaking as a bear. And I'm like, hibernate, rest. And she's like, exactly. So it's been an interesting experience over these past months of facing that ego that feels like I'm not worthy, that I don't deserve to be here, that I have to be doing something to earn my place in this world. And if you've been here before, you know that I'm always telling you that just being here, your very existence is more important than anything you will ever do or achieve. And it's like having to turn that mirror back on myself and realize that it doesn't matter what I do, that just being here in the world, working on myself, resting, letting go of all those pre-programmed barriers and walls and boxes and pigeonholes to come back into alignment with who I am. It's like I always emphasize surrendering. We don't awakening, enlightenment, whatever you want to call that spiritual journey, is not a journey of achievement. It's not a journey of acquiring new knowledge, of acquiring new skills. It's a process of surrendering, of letting go of all those things that are counter to our nature, those things that our society has programmed into us that we think is natural, when it actually is what separates us from our true divine light. So even today, I didn't sleep much last night. In fact, I didn't really get to sleep till like 5:30 or 6 o'clock this morning. And then I was up trying to do stuff by like 9 or 10. And I did accomplish some things which felt good, but then I had a whole list of other things I was going to do today, and I didn't get any of them done because I couldn't move. I was just so tired. And so I had to relinquish that control and just surrender into it and let myself sleep and give myself permission to rest, to know that that is what I needed, to know, like I keep emphasizing to other people, that it really doesn't matter what you do, but that you're always in the right place at the right time, that there are no wrong decisions, there are no wrong turns, so that no matter what I do, and something else I have to kind of own is I'm always telling people, like, you are a good person. live from your heart. You try to make the best choices you can. You're not out to swindle anybody. You're not out to cheat. You're not out to like try to squeeze something out of the world that you don't deserve or whatever. So give yourself the benefit of the doubt that everything you do is made with a decision, with all the information that you have, whatever you decide to do, whatever action you take, is done out of trying to move toward wholeness, even if it seems to be backward. Like I just said, your spiritual pedometer doesn't have a reverse. Every step is a step forward. So even it's like we're so programmed in this world that the right path is a straight and narrow, right? There's no turns. There's nothing out here worth looking at. It's just one step in front of the other. And so there's a lot of like denying our true natures in that. There's a lot of ignoring ourselves and our connection, because our goal is out there, it's up in the future, it's someplace else, and so we deny who we are right here and now. And where was I going with that? Sorry, I tend to go on tangents and I lose track. Oh, thank you. And so it's like we're taught 1 foot in front of the other on this very narrow path, and if you step too far to this side or too far to that side, you're going to hell or wherever. But what life actually is a dance. And you can't dance just stepping forward all the time. You step forward, you step backward, you step forward, you step to the side, you step to the side, whatever. It isn't just a straight path. And also in dancing, there's no goal. When you're dancing, when you're creating music, there's no goal to get to. You are in the moment. Your goal is to be in the moment and express the feelings and to allow your body to move the way it wants to move to the music. If there was a goal involved, it would be like whoever could dance the fastest and get to the end of the song before everybody else can. But it's not a race. Life is not a race. You are exactly where you need to be in this moment, right here and now. You have all the love of the universe embracing you, holding you. And when we start to wake up to that fact that there is nothing but love, that the universe is only one energy. It's like we're all part of that same source energy. So there is nothing but harmony. There is nothing but love. And so everything, even if it looks challenging, that's that step backward when you're dancing to move forward, you know. Or it's like, you know, I'm an archer, and so it's like that drawing back the string. That's where the effort is. And then you release the arrow, you let go, and the arrow, the bow and the arrow do the rest. But the hard part is in the pulling back, and it's the pulling back that allows the arrow to shoot forward. And the further back you pull, the further the arrow is going to go. So I know, like, for a lot of people, like me included, with that seasonal, whatever that is, that sad thing where it's harder to do things in the wintertime, let yourself be. Give yourself permission to be an animal. You are part of the earth, and allow yourself the cycles without those artificial expectations that You should be able to do everything now that you do in the summertime when it's light out till 10 o'clock at night. Give yourself permission to surrender to who you are, to the natural rhythms of your body. And a while back, I had a blog going that it was just a private one. I just had a few people who could read it, but I started it about around this time of the year, and I called it Embracing the Bear, because it's like the darkness at this part of the year, it just, and speaking from experience, that darkness can be very oppressive and feel like it's holding you down. You just feel so heavy and lethargic. And we spend our entire winter fighting that, trying to get more done, being judgmental of ourselves when we are tired earlier, when we can't get all the things done that we want to do, and when we are short-tempered and get upset and triggered and everything when we normally wouldn't. It's because we're fighting our own natural nature. Natural nature, that's kind of an interesting phrase. But so instead of fighting that darkness, instead of fighting the bear, a while back I realized I had to embrace the bear, you know, make friends with the bear, make friends with the dark. This is a time that the bear goes into the cave, and the cave is the womb. The cave is the womb of Mother Earth. And so bear retreats into the womb to dream in the darkness of what worlds she wants to create when the light dawns in the springtime. So this is a time for us as well to daydream, to let ourselves rest, and to dream, and to work on our inner life, our inner worlds, to work on how we feel about ourselves, not so much in how we express outward, but really just aligning to our inner knowledge, to our inner selves, to our spirit, to Creator. This is a time of deep contemplation, right? And so we're not supposed to be as busy and outward and paying attention to the outside world so much. This is a time, you know, traditionally, this was the time, the crops are all in, everything has been harvested and processed and set aside for the winter. There was nothing else to do. And so this was the time of staying indoors, bringing the light indoors, lighting fires, telling stories, you know, creating the mythology of our lives, creating the stories of what we want to find. So there's this guy, his name is Kyle Cease. If you check him out, he's got quite a few YouTube videos and stuff. He's amazing. And he has this exercise that he calls the Kai Lego. And long story, it's a combination of his name and his friend's name, because they created this exercise. But the idea of the exercise is to, in times like this, when it's dark, when we don't know what the future holds, when we're, you know, this is supposed to be a time of feeling safe in the darkness. The darkness is holding us. And so what this exercise is to, like, tell stories, whether it's writing them down or telling someone else, take turns telling someone else, but picture yourself in the spring or in the summertime and go, hey, remember back in December when I was having a hard time and I thought my life was going to crap and everything was falling apart? Well, listen to what, this thing happened. I got this opportunity, this new job came in, and someone like that I hardly even know like brought me money, gave me money to support me on this thing I've been dreaming about since I was a kid. And I got to go to this new place and, you know, and keep going with that story as if it had already happened. And this is like one thing that I've been learning for myself is that in this time of having no day job, I'm always reaching for feeling worthy to have clients, to be feeling worthy to have, you know, to help and support enough people that I also get supported financially in every other way, so that it's this healthy circle of life thing. And so it's like this reaching for it. But if you jump to the other side of that and start speaking as if this stuff has already happened, and so like all these things that from where we are right now, when we're reaching for these possibilities, it feels like a stretch, like it's something new, like it's something we haven't experienced yet. But if you can put yourself in your future self's place and tell the story as if these things have already happened, and all of a sudden these things are just, they're under your belt. They're also already something you've experienced. It's nothing new. It's nothing exotic. Of course this happened for you. Of course you were able to draw in this many clients and help this many people and be supported and be supportive and have these things that you've dreamt of since childhood come to fruition. It's like it's becoming that future person here and now, because a lot of time, like if you're stretching for something, if you're chasing something, you're basically pushing it away. And it's a matter of being in that place of surrender and receiving. Just like that Zen saying about you can't grasp water. The only way to catch water and to hold water is with open hands. You can't grasp it. The only way to have any water is to cup your hands, to open your hands, to receive, to surrender, right? So just rest, especially this year where we can't be doing as much as we normally do, when we are kind of sequestered in our own homes, and you know, just there we have made such a stigma about just being, about doing nothing, that if we aren't achieving and acquiring, that there's something wrong with us. And that is so not true. If you are here right now, you deserve to be here. You don't have to earn your way. You don't have to compromise yourself in order to deserve to be here. If you are here now, you deserve to be here. And there is nothing that you need to do to prove that. There's no justification you have to present to anyone else. You came here with a purpose. You came here on purpose. And you came here to help change the world. And that is enough. You are enough. Just let that sink in. There is nothing you have to do. Your heart is your authority. What your heart tells you to do is not so much an assignment or a mission. You know, a lot of people get distracted from their inner work because they feel they have to find their purpose and their mission, as if there was someone behind them or above them who gave them this assignment, and so they can't work on themselves because they have this mission to do. And all that does is distracts you from your mission to be. You are here to be. Our job here as spiritual warriors, it's not to go out and fight some enemy. It's not to go out and find the enemy, and, you know, kill them or slay them or imprison them or whatever. Our job as spiritual warriors, as warriors of light, is to align ourselves, to align with Creator, with Spirit, with our true selves, and to express that, radiate that light, that frequency into the world. And it's not it's not that we have to go out and fight the enemy and, good versus evil, because it's all one thing. There's nothing to fight. It's just love. It's not good versus evil, it's love versus fear, but fear is an illusion. And fear its existence depends on there being love. Love can exist without fear, but fear can't exist without love. So anyway, being a spiritual warrior isn't about going and finding the enemy of love, fighting the darkness. It's about being in the light. And if you find yourself in darkness, like the winter time, it's about nurturing that inner light, becoming the light. If you're in the dark, then you're meant to be the light. And so the warrior part of that is not fighting enemies, but standing your ground, standing in the light no matter what distractions come or go, no matter what anyone says or expects of you. People will try to, you need to do this and you need to do that. You're a spiritual warrior, you're supposed to go do this. It's like, no, a spiritual warrior's duty is to do the inner work. That's where the battle is. And it's not even fighting it. It's about standing in your power and letting those doubts and the fears and the boxes that we've been put in from society's perspective to just dissolve around us, because we're standing in our truth. The battle comes when we give our power to those fears and those doubts. And then we get into the mind space where it's this or that, either or. And then we're disempowering ourselves. But when we can stand in our own power, in our own light, in alignment with Creator, with creative source, then there is nothing that can stand against us, because you radiate that light. And that light becomes, it's like, those of you that are old enough to remember the Dawn dishwashing soap commercial with the sink, they show the sink, and it's just covered, there's just grease all the way across the water, and they just put a single drop of Dawn dishwasher soap into the middle of the sink, and the grease just goes. And that's what happens when we move into love, when we are aligned and moving from our heart. That's us, and that light goes before us and clears our path before us, because nothing of a lower frequency can get into our field. That's where real protection comes from. That is the real strength of the spiritual warrior, is standing your ground, being a pillar of light, no matter what illusions or facades or demons or whatever come before you, present themselves to you, because they are intrinsically untrue and false. The only truth in the world, of the universe, is love. So, I hope that makes sense. That's my ramble for the week. But anyway, so again, I thank you for being with me tonight. I hope that made sense. I hope that helps. I need to get my drum. So it is, in doing our ceremony, whenever we do ceremony, we call in our spirit helpers, our guiding spirits, the elements of the 4 directions and etc., to come and hold space for us. We create sacred space. We basically step between the worlds, and like that bubble of light around us, when we are aligned and moving from our heart, and create that bubble of light around us of higher frequency, that's what the spirits do for us when we call them in to hold space when we do ceremony. That way they maintain that higher frequency around us so that we are safe to do our own work inside of that. So we can do our inner work, so we can set our prayer intentions without having to watch and be hyper vigilant. You know, it's kind of, I work a lot with the totem animals and stuff, and it's kind of prairie dog medicine, because the prairie dog town, you know, they have these vast communities, and they always have one prairie dog at least on sentinel duty, standing up higher than all the rest of them, constantly looking at the horizon, looking all around, watching for threats. And because they have that sentinel, that means the rest of the prairie dog town can relax, stand down, and stop watching for everything going on. And so when we create sacred space and call our spirits in, that's basically what we're doing. We're like, okay, you guys are on duty, I am going to relax for a little bit. And so we always create sacred space when we do ceremony. And so I'm going to do that now, and then I will tell you more about the actual ceremony itself. So. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the fae, spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Bless us with your love and your light. Oh. All right. So I don't know if you feel that. Even if we aren't in the same physical location, when I create sacred space, because it is a quantum universe, a holographic universe, I am creating space that includes all of you along with me, so that we're basically in the same space between the worlds. So I don't know if you can feel the difference, like the energy, how it kind of calms down after we set sacred space. There's like more ability to breathe and ease and everything, but it's palpable. So next time, I should say that beforehand so that you can see what the difference is. But anyway, so getting to the ceremony itself. For those of you who are new, I will go through it a little bit. And for those of you who are regulars, you're going to have to sit through another explanation. But so this is the sacred pipe. It's the stem, which is the divine masculine, and the bowl, which is the divine feminine. So when we put the pipe together, it is all of creation. It's the masculine and feminine dancing in perfect harmony, like the yin yang. And it is so powerful. When I put the pipe together, it basically opens the channel, boom, straight to Great Spirit. So everything that we think, everything that we pray, when the pipe is together, it has like an express lane straight to Great Spirit. So the pipe was brought to the Lakota people 19 generations ago by White Buffalo Calf Woman, and the leader of the the medicine man, I can't remember his name right now, but still holds the original pipe that White Buffalo Calf Woman brought to them. And she brought 7 other ceremonies which involve the pipe, like the Vision Quest and the Sun Dance and the Sweat Lodge, different things like that. But the pipe was the integral part of all of those. The pipe is like the sacred altar. It's like when they put the pipe together, it's like an altar. And so it's a mobile altar that they could take with them as they moved to follow the buffalo, etc. So I am going to say a prayer, ask for permission to smoke, and then I will put the pipe together. I will put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl, and you will hear the prayers that I offer as I'm doing that. And then I have a song I sing. White Buffalo Calf Woman is one of my personal spirit guides. I think she's probably a lot of people's spirit guides. It's not like just my personal spirit guide, but she is one of my main guides right now. In fact, it's her influence that, because of her, that I became a pipe carrier. It was a calling right from her. But she gave me a song to sing, which is kind of the power song of my pipe to kind of power it up. Kind of like I was just talking about that alignment and radiating that energy. It's like I do that and it like radiates that energy, that purity of spirit from the pipe. And then I will light it, and then I will blow breath blessings into the 4 directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, to all my relations, and then straight to Creator. And then I will do a short prayer in silence, holding the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart. Then I will come back, probably relight the pipe because it usually goes out by then. And then I will do another breath blessing, and I will blow the smoke straight at my camera. And that is the blessing going straight to you. Through the magic of the internet and the magic of the holographic universe where time and space are an illusion, that will go straight from my heart to your heart. So, yeah. And then I will continue to do some more breath blessings. Oh, thank you, Belle. Chief Arvel Looking Horse, right? That's the name of the Lakota medicine man who is the keeper of the White Buffalo Calf Woman pipe. So I will do more breath blessings, blowing pipe, smoke, and it's that the smoke of the tobacco that takes our prayers straight to Creator. So when you see me blowing a breath blessing, feel free to attach your prayers, your intentions to that, knowing that that's going straight to Creator. And during this time, this is like totally non-denominational. So whatever way, I need to stretch my legs a little bit. Whatever way connects you to God, Goddess, the divine, Creator, Great Spirit, whether it's praying, chanting, singing, silence, meditation, Tai Chi, yoga, whatever way that connects you to Spirit, you are welcome to do that during this time. This is why I started doing this. I started this around the beginning of the pandemic. Well, I was doing it on my own first. I was doing pipe ceremony every night to help hold that vibration, to be one of the spirit guides that we call in to hold space. I was with my pipe trying to hold space for the community, for the world, to help raise the energy, to help get through the challenges, to help bring in new energy, to resolve those challenges, to find, like, hold the vision of a better world on the other side of it. And I was asking people to give me their prayers and intentions, and I would include them when I did my own pipe ceremony. But it just felt kind of, I don't want to say shallow, flat maybe, because I wanted to be able to share this with others. I find this such a strong and powerful tool to pray. I mean, this is one of the most sacred things that I know of. And hopefully some of that passion carries out and touches you. But I wanted to create a space where people had access to this kind of sacredness and connection, and just to hold space for everyone so that they could connect to Creator, so they could, like, exhale and take the world off their shoulders for an hour or so and just connect and breathe. So that is the purpose. So whatever it is that connects you to Spirit, to God, is to God, do that. You are free to do that here. My job is to empower you. So do what your heart calls you to do. That is the most important compass we have. So, anything else before we start? All right. So the first thing I need to do before I actually light the pipe or connect the pipe, I need to, where did my, oh, okay. I need to smudge everything on my little altar here. So I'm going to light some sage. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. All right. grandmother, grandfather, eagle, I send a voice. I ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All my guides and guardians, watch over me as I smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Magikiwis, and Wabus, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all my relations, come smoke with me. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo calf woman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane. Yo. Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama, Okane. Yo. Okane Bayama, Okane Bayama. Oh. Mm. grandmother, grandfather, eagle, I send a voice. I thank you for our lives. I thank you for our paths. Thank you for supporting us and for loving us, even when we feel we don't deserve it, even when we feel that we can't feel it. And thank you for holding the world in love. Thank you for aiding those who suffer during this time, for bringing strength and solace and comfort to those who struggle. Thank you for lighting our hearts, giving us the strength to step outside of our own comfort zones in order to comfort others who struggle, to be that of service to the world, to add our light and our love to the world, especially at this time. Thank you. Ihi-la-ihi-o, 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 ihi, ihi, ihi-la-ihi-o, ihi-la-ihi-o. Oh. So thank you. I hope you are breathing a little easier. I hope you feel the love and the comfort that the universe has for you. And I don't just say that as some highfalutin platitude, like, oh yeah, the universe loves you. Of course it does. God is love. God is love. And I have one of the things that my guides have been showing me lately, it's been like this progressive steps of how much love actually is there for us. When I was struggling with some stuff, and I went to my guides and I asked them, like, am I doing the right thing? What am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm falling short. Oh no, what's going on? And White Buffalo Calf Woman came to me and she was like, you're the only one here who thinks you're not doing a good job. You're the only one here who is judging. And because we see you in your wholeness, we see you in your light, and we do not judge you. And it was just like, wow, like it really kind of hit home. And she was like, so treat yourself the way we treat you. You know, like one of the things, one of my main teachers in the physical world has been Sandra Ingerman, and she talks about how important it is to see through the eyes of spirit. And, you know, we're kind of taught that growing up, you know, even in the Christian church. I was raised Catholic. And so you're supposed to see Jesus in everyone you meet, see the Christ in everyone you meet. But the part that the church and that most religions leave out is turning that eye of spirit toward ourselves. Because that divinity, that Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is in you too. And you have to recognize it in yourself in order to see it in somebody else. And that's the whole meaning of namaste. When people use namaste, it's the God in me greets the God in you. And you have to be aware of your own divine connection in order to see that in someone else. So look at yourself through the eyes of spirit. See that you have never done anything wrong, that you are not beyond redemption, that you are perfect just the way you are, you know. And then after I had that conversation with White Buffalo Calf Woman, I was in one of Sandra Ingerman's classes about the dark night of the soul, and we journeyed to the spirit of Gaia to get a message. And I never actually, well, I did it finally at the end, but it was like a really long journey. And I journeyed to the spirit of Gaia, and she basically just rose out of the earth. And before I could even talk to her, she just embraced me. She pulled me in and just wrapped her arms around me. And it was like being rolled up in a section of sod. It was a soft, grassy feeling. I could smell the grass. That smell of dirt and grass, like when you're laying on your back as a kid or watching a ladybug in the grass. And it was just so soothing. And it was like she was pure love. And she had pure love for me. I wept the entire 20 minutes that this journey lasted, because there was nothing. She had no judgment. She had no condemnation. She was pure love and had pure love for me. And so that is the kind of love that Gaia, the earth, the sky, goddess, God, creator, has for you. The only one judging yourself is yourself. You are already whole, and in shamanic healing, that is the basis of all shamanic healing. You might see the discomfort, the disease, or whatever that exists in the physical world, but then you look beyond that to the divinity in that person, and you hold space for the awakening of that divine spirit in that person. You see that person as whole, and you just, like I was talking about earlier, when we were spiritual warriors and we face our doubts and fears and they just fade away because they actually don't exist. It's the same thing when I, in my wholeness and my divinity, behold the divinity of someone else. We can help to clear those shadows, clear the smoke and mirrors and illusions of doubt and fear that person holds, because that's the only thing that keeps you from expressing the wholeness and divine light that you are. So know that you are whole. And I will say this over and over and over again, that you are perfect just the way you are. And that perfection doesn't mean end game, there's nothing else to do. It's a perfection in becoming. Every moment you are perfect, but you are still evolving perfectly. So every step further is a perfect evolution. So you are always in the right place at the right time. There is always a resolution for whatever challenges there are. There is always a way. There is always a harmonious solution for everybody involved. When you find that resolution for you, when you find that solution, if it is for your betterment and it lights and wakes you up and makes you feel great, you just raised the consciousness and the frequency of the entire planet. We are all connected, and what's best for you is best for everyone else. So don't think it's selfish to pull back during this time of the year, to get more rest if you need it, to do your own inner contemplation, to journal, whatever it is to help deepen your path. That's what a spiritual warrior does. And if you're watching this, I have news for you. You are a spiritual warrior. You are here to change the planet, to raise the frequency of the planet, by being who you are and answering those calls of your heart. So I am so grateful for you, for being here, for having the courage to incarnate during this time, to be part of this big challenge. and this great awakening that is going on right now. And I thank you for watching this and supporting me by watching my videos and things. So before we go, I need to, now that we have the elements and the spirits holding space for us, we have to let them go and release them and step back into the world. Now that we have aligned ourselves a little more with spirit, surrendered back into who we really are, have a better foothold in our own groundedness and centeredness, then we go and we step into the world and we bring that light into the world. It's like this time was an inhale, and then we exhale that love into the world as we leave sacred space. Because technically, everything is sacred space. Everything is ceremony. There is not a time or a place that is not sacred. So, you are sacred space. You are the holographic universe. In a hologram, every part of the hologram contains the entire thing. And I saw a meme today on Facebook about, you are not the center of the universe. The center of the universe is you, is where you are. Okay, I totally screwed that up, but it's like you, the ego of you is not the center of the universe, but the entire universe exists in you. The entirety of the universe is contained in you. You are a part of the bigger hologram, and so you contain within yourself that entire image. Everything that happens in the universe happens inside of you. So everything you do towards your highest good and your spiritual evolution affects the entire universe. You are that important. So be good to yourself. Look at yourself through the eyes of spirit. Look at yourself the way that divinity looks at you, the way your spirit guides look at you. They never look down on you. They never judge you. They don't have an agenda other than taking you where you are now and helping you to your highest good. So, okay, so we are going to release those spirits that have been holding space for us. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. All right, my friends. So that is it for this week. If you want to, I'm going to post this on my Facebook page, which if you haven't liked it yet, go ahead and like my Facebook page. And I will post it on, I also have a YouTube channel, so if you got something out of this and you need a little bit more during the week, feel free to rewatch it. Feel free to share this video. And know that during this time especially, I'm here to support you. It's my job to support you. So whatever I can do to help, you can check my website at perchingwolfstudios.net and see what other services I offer. See if anything resonates, and I do card readings with the totem animals. I do soul retrieval, fairy doctoring, different shamanic healing, etc. And if you don't know what you might need, go ahead and schedule like a hour with me, and we can figure things out, get a direction or whatever. I also have, if you're interested in shamanism, I have 2 opportunities coming up. One next Tuesday, December 8th. I'm going to be teaching my introduction to shamanic journey. So when you hear me talking about journeying and talking to my spirits, I will actually teach you how to do that. And you will do a shamanic journey, and you will meet your power animal. And I will also be teaching that again in January, on January 12th, I believe. So if that's something that interests you, please check it out, register. I would love to teach you. And I also have coming up the 3rd Thursday of January, I'm starting a monthly, year-long course in shamanism, where we gather once a month and we do journey work together, and kind of follow the year around. You get to spend an entire year looking at your life from a shamanic perspective. And you know, the world needs more shamans right now. And like I saw something someplace about, if society doesn't create shamans, then the earth will. So if you're feeling that call, you can take one of my intro classes to see how that feels to you. And if you want to make that further step to dedicate a year of your life to shamanism and to seeing your entire life from a shamanic perspective, learn new ways to connect with the spirits, it will change your life. You will not be the same person you are when you start that. Anyway, so there's that. I also, if you look on my website, I have gift certificates for any of the things I just mentioned. I have t-shirts and mugs on a Zazzle site that have like totem animals. I have like totem mugs and totem t-shirts with the different things. And I've also got graphic novels. I'm a cartoonist, and I have some graphic novels on there, my comics that I have drawn over the years. And so things for your holiday gift giving, to support me and supporting you. And I thank you so much for being here. I always look forward to this. Even today, like I was feeling a little bit down and lethargic, and I was like, I don't know if I've got it in me to do this tonight. But of course I came and I showed up, and now I'm feeling awesome. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. And I always enjoy feeling your energy, your support, and know that I am here to help you as well, whatever I can do. So until next week, I will meet you here again next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Until then, know that I see you, that I honor you, and that I love you. So until next week, go shining. Have a great week, and I will see you again.